Monday, July 28th. Welcome into another episode of Daily Dingers brought to you by Better and Green. No episode on Friday. That brings us all the way back to last Thursday where we swept the board, went 3-0 on the short slate Thursday. All three being underdogs. Toronto on the money line, Athletics money line, Seattle money line, all plus money, all hit. Picked up 3.4 units on Thursday. Let's see if we can keep that rolling into a brand new week as we get into August here in the MLB season. I always take July a little bit slower, but once August kind of settles in, that's really where it starts ramping back up again. So really looking forward to August. I like today's card, and I'll just get it out of the way early. Please, if you enjoyed the content, hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 1,100 subs before football season, so that's right around the corner here. Let's get to 1,100. If you have not subscribed already, please consider doing so. Take that long to hit the like button. It's like leaving a tip at a restaurant, except it's free and it takes you 2 seconds. Really just helps us keep putting out this free content and keeps the content free for you guys. So would really appreciate a like and then drop me a comment below as well. Really helps out the algorithm, and we really appreciate all the comments we get as well. So appreciate everyone who consistently likes, comments, and all of our subscribers that we already have. But guys, let's get into some Monday baseball here. Loaded card today. We'll do first game up, 6:40 Eastern start time. The Arizona Diamondbacks heading to Detroit to face the Tigers. Tigers finally got a win yesterday against the Blue Jays, 10-4. Just on a really terrible form right now going into the All-Star break. That was only their second win since the 9th of July. So it was the regression that I've talked about a lot on this show. I haven't picked the Tigers, I don't think, since I've started doing the show because there's just been no value on them. Well, I think that changes today. Minus 130 on Detroit, plus 110 coming back on Arizona. I like the Tigers on the money line here. And like I said, I just think the value has finally switched to now where the line is short on this Tigers team, but I like the spot. They just avoided being swept in a 4-game series at home by the Blue Jays, getting a 10-4 win. Bats finally came to life. They've not been putting up runs really this month whatsoever. Kerry Carpenter back in the lineup for the Tigers, which I think is a huge morale boost in that locker room, and getting that win, now bringing in a new team in Arizona, I think it's a really focused spot for the Tigers. And like I said, I think you're getting a short price. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks just lost 2 out of 3 against the Pirates. Their last 2 games got shut out in both. Only put up 1 run in the previous game, won that one 1-0 on Friday in extra innings. So bats are ice cold right now for the Diamondbacks. Heading up to Detroit, I think it's a fair price on the Tigers. I think the spot favors the Tigers. Yeah, I think the Tigers is the side here. So minus 130, Tigers money line for the first play. And then the 2 late games is where we're going next here, or 2 of the late games. 9:40 Eastern start time, the New York Mets heading to San Diego to face the Padres. Padres minus 130 home favorites, plus 110 coming back on the Mets. And we are looking to play the dog in this one here. And it's a spot that we like to look for. Padres coming back from a long road trip, have not been home since before the All-Star break. Played 3 games in Washington, 3 games down in Miami, and then 4 games against the Cardinals. They won their last 2 against the Cardinals to even up that series, 2-2. Now they have to head all the way back home from St. Louis to San Diego across multiple time zones without a day of rest to face the Mets, who are pretty red hot right now. They have won, I believe, 7 games in a row. They swept the Giants in San Francisco, swept the Angels before that, and they get to stay out in California, go from San Francisco to San Diego. So it's actually, even though it's a home game for San Diego, the travel advantage favors the Mets in this one. And yeah, the Mets just red hot right now. On the mound, it's Frankie Montas going for New York. It's Dylan Cease going for San Diego. I think Cease still carries a bit of his name from last season, but he's just 3-10 on the year, 4.59 ERA, 1.30 WHIP. Not a great year for Dylan Cease, and I think the spot just really favors the Mets in this game. My only concern is the Mets off the Sunday night game on the road, got the win, now had to travel. But like I said, it's only San Francisco to San Diego. I don't put a ton of stock into what typically is looked at as a bad spot in the MLB. So Mets money line plus 110. Only way I could look in the 9:40 Eastern start time there. And to wrap it up, we will go to the nightcap. Probably my favorite play on the board. The Seattle Mariners heading to uh, Sacramento to face the Athletics. Athletics even odds as a home underdog. Seattle minus 120 road favorite. And I love the road favorite in Seattle. I absolutely love the spot for Seattle here. So Seattle all of a sudden kind of back alive to win the division. This division is very close with Houston, Texas playing really good right now, and Seattle. But Houston just in a complete free fall. Actually, just got swept by these A's in a 4-game series in Houston. But for the Mariners, they are off playing the Angels in a 4-game series, another divisional matchup. They split 2-2. Would have probably liked to get at least 3 wins there, but did lose yesterday on Sunday in LA. Now it's a quick trip to Sacramento to play the Athletics, and after the A's, they have a 4-game series against the Rangers. So a lot of divisional matchups right now in the AL West going on. I think it's a really focused spot for the Mariners, who, like I said, I think probably feel like they left one on the table in that Angels series. I think they really wanted 3 or 4 wins in that series. So now they get to play the A's, who I think are a little overvalued because they are off that divisional sweep on the road against the Astros in 4 games, playing really good ball right now. But their first game back home off of a 10-game road trip of their own. And like I said, the 4-game sweep at Houston, now they have to come all the way back to California. So the travel, even though the A's are home, the travel benefits Seattle in this game. Seattle, the better team here, at a very fair price in a really good spot. I really like the Mariners on the money line in this game. So, guys, that's going to wrap it for Monday's episode of Daily Dingers. Quick recap here. Detroit Tigers money line minus 130. We like the New York Mets money line plus 110 and the Seattle Mariners money line minus 120. As always, for all my official plays, follow me on Twitter on X at eBainbridge26. I may have 1 or 2 plays. It's either going to be the Mets or the Mariners or both. So follow me there if you want my official plays on X. And then just 2 quick leans. Again, I'm just going to say you can't play the Braves minus 170. We said it last week when Strider was on the mound. We got the money. They have no business on the road, no less. Wacky price on the Braves. This team's no good. I would look at the Royals at a big plus money price, right around plus 140, 145 in that game. And then my other lean is Texas, but I wasn't going to give that out. It's like minus 200 on Texas, but really good spot for the Rangers. So there's 2 extra leans for you guys. If we can get to 10 likes on this video, I will give out a bonus 4th play tomorrow with full analysis. So get us to 10 likes, guys. Thank you as always for watching. Have a profitable night, and we'll see you in tomorrow's episode of Daily Dingers.